Welcome to Calling Crowns. This is a very special episode. You get both of us in one setting. I'm Ashante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom.
So on this episode, we are recapping the first part of Married at First Sight's reunion. Mm-hmm. We got a lot to talk about.
Oh, yes.
But before we start, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Yes. And we also have a playlist, so you can go back and watch our previous recaps of this full season.
Catch up. We got another season, so you got to catch up.
Yes, July, the next season comes out. They're in Dallas, right?
I always thought it was Texas, so I don't know what city exactly, but I know it's Texas.
Okay, so go catch up. Be ready. July to start with us next season of Married at First Sight. So again, recapping this past season that was in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Let's recap really quick the couples and who stayed together and who decided to part ways. So Clara and Ryan decided to stay together.
Yes, and I've seen some pictures or I guess things that they said to each other. So they're still together even today, because I don't know when this was filmed, but they're still going strong and they look like a cute couple now. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on. I think you're right, where it was just a little like stage fright maybe for Ryan. So they look like they're working out.
Okay. Next we have Haley and Jacob. Mm-hmm. They did not stay together.
Surprise!
Right? Like, surprised about that.
Right.
And then we have Brianna and Vincent. Mm-hmm. Cute. They stayed together.
Yes.
No surprise there.
No.
And we have Virginia and Eric.
I guess
they decided to stay together on decision day.
Yeah, we got to talk about their reunion part, but yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then last is Paige and Chris.
Who?
Yeah. So I don't know to say the surprise or not, because they were so back and forth with it. But on decision day, Paige decided she couldn't stay in it. Mm-hmm. Chris was undecided. I don't know how. Mm-hmm. So that's the recap for the couples and where they are up to reunion. So now we're at reunion where we'll be recapping. And it's hosted by, what's the guy name? He's from like E.T., like Entertainment Tonight. I can't think what his name is. Black guy, but he's hosting the reunion show. Mm-hmm. Looked like they were socially distancing themselves because he was in separate rooms.
I don't know why.
TV.
I don't know why he keeps doing this. I don't know if it's just he's in another place and he doesn't want to travel. Because I've seen him, I think he did the kickoff special like that too, where he was separated.
Okay, I didn't see that.
But everybody else is in the same room. So you don't need to be separated now. Get a COVID test. Stop playing. See, we're together. Okay.
So first couple that came out was Clara and Ryan, right?
Yes.
So they are still together, even past decision day. Mm-hmm. Ryan got that little terrible mustache going on.
She said she tried to talk about it.
I like that they talked about that, and she was just like, well, kind of got to choose your battles, and that one she didn't win. He got the little terrible mustache, but okay. What else? They seem to be going well, right? Things seem to be working out. They were still very. Gosh, I wish I knew what the guy name was, so I can call him by his name. But the host, mm-hmm. He was asking them questions and kind of poking them to get things like, "Had you said I love you yet, Ryan?" Yeah. Can you believe this fool still hadn't said I love you?
I don't believe any of that. I don't believe that he waited till this host said, "Hey, you haven't said I loved you yet,"
and get pressured into
saying it that day. I don't think so.
But her face was like, "Oh, you do?" That seemed kind of genuine to me.
No, it just don't make no sense. Like, even the experts were saying, "Do you want to say? Do you want to say?" I would think they would influence him more than this random person that he just met that day to be like, "So have you said it?" And he's like, "Actually, I do love you." I just don't believe it. I just don't. And it could be 100% genuine. I feel like maybe he said it recently. Like, mm-hmm. It took a while for him to say it. So she she was like, okay, finally. Because the reason why I say that is they look like they have like a talk before they go on TV.
Listen, we're not going to talk about this, and that.
So they know what their issues are. They watched part of the season at this point. So they've already had a conversation. They're going to bring up this and they're going to bring up this. What's our response? How are we going to handle this? And I think they came up with a plan to be like, we should do it here, even though, because they can't share anything before. Nobody knows if he said it yet. So I think that was a whole plan. I don't know.
Okay. There was a comment, I can't remember if it was this couple or it was another couple, where the host was saying that they actually did take this while the season was being aired, right?
Yes.
So they have been able to see the full season and
Right.
see how they were portrayed on the show. But I'm sure they were able to.
They know
certain things.
They know what was brought up.
Right, I'm gonna say in certain clips, I'm sure they shared with them already to let me know, okay, this is what we're gonna be talking about. So, and I totally see Ryan, even listen, we're not gonna be talking about these things.
No.
Okay.
No. Like, do not tell my business on the
Right.
street. We're in a good place. Don't play with me. And they're like, well, you know, they're gonna bring up this. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I think this whole thing was planned out how they were gonna be on TV. I'm sure they didn't know where all of the hits were gonna come from, but I do know they had a plan.
Yeah.
Going in. So
Okay. Makes sense to me because I totally think that he was really wanting to present himself one way on camera. And I think, again, where I said he had a little bit of stage fright. Okay, here's all the cameras. Like, okay, I'm going to be on my best behavior. Yeah. Any other thoughts regarding them?
So their two things was sex, and they were like, no, we're not talking. Oh, did we? Oh, I don't know.
They already discussed they weren't going to talk about
the
that.
love thing. And that was really it. And, you know, they moved in together. Everything looks to be hunky-dory. So I think they're working it through. She went back to Clara that I don't like this look that she be having, and his look, just, good for y'all. Congratulations. Moving on.
Okay.
So the next couple after that was, oh dang it. Was it Erica and Virginia? Eric and Virginia. Eric and Virginia. Was it them?
Yeah.
Okay. So they come out all smiley, and I just something is weird there to me.
It is.
Right? It's something reads weird. They just seem like, oh yeah, we're all good and everything's been great. And you know, they were just showing how he could be controlling, and she was like, that's the wrong word.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Because he told you that was the wrong word. You shouldn't have said that. But something is like there, and I can't tell what it is. I don't know.
It's something odd. It's definitely something with them. And I think a lot of it is still with Eric and his image and what he wants to portray on screen. Going back to the car ride when they went to Hilton Head, when he was talking about, you know, you're gonna I guess he forgot momentarily that there was a camera in the car because he made that one comment. So I think a lot of it is very I guess superficial is what I'll say, to be on camera and all the smiles and stuff. And I can see him totally being a big dick, like behind the scenes.
I think so too. And so, okay, we just talked about this with Ryan kind of the same way, but there's something that Clara respects about that, right? She's not, she doesn't feel like to push him kind of over the edge. So maybe Ryan does it in a different way than Eric. But Eric just comes off like, listen, there are rules to this, okay? Virginia, you gotta do it like this. We're married now. I'm the husband. And maybe it just comes off way different. And she's, for, I guess, the way how she's thinking, like, okay, I'm married, I'm gonna move forward with this. I don't see how that can be sustainable for a very long time.
I'm still on I don't think they're gonna make it past the year.
Yeah, me either.
I don't think they're gonna make it past the year.
But she did move in though.
So remember that was one of the big dramas about them, was she did not want to move into his condo. But she ended up moving in. She got her own space and her own cat
closet.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay.
but I think that's the issue. Seems like she's again succeeding to him. Like anything that he wants, she's like, okay, yeah, I'll move in. And I think that's gonna become a pattern. And then at some point she's gonna be like, this is not my life.
Yeah.
It's my life now, but it's not the life I want.
It's not, I don't know how that's gonna work, honestly. And then so they mentioned the whole cat situation and the cat's coming in the bed and he's like, oh, I had to take something a couple times, I'm too much. She was just like, I'm still not convinced that he is allergic to his cats. I was like, you live there, you still not convinced that he's allergic? He just don't like them dang cats.
No. He was very precise in his living quarters, right? He had his dog and he's like, okay, I guess I can bring another dog, but cat? No, that's not in my picture. That's not what I see. So, I got allergies. And then that fake sneezing he was doing.
I don't know what that was. He had it down pat. It was like a whole thing. I was like, you've been practicing. I can't fake sneeze the way how he was sneezing.
It sounded like a real sneeze, but yeah, he definitely been practicing on that. I don't see them staying together.
So we're gonna talk about his mama coming out too. So why did they bring this lady out here? I don't know if it was to help change her image because of the best his best friend that was like, I don't know about your mama or something like that. Like, your dad is cool.
I forgot about that.
I don't know if that's what it was about, because she came out there, she was like, yes, I love her so much. Look at this. I'm so happy to have a daughter-in-law. She was just like, did she drink something?
She loosen up.
Yeah, she was just like, yeah, they're so great together. You know, I was just like, something's just not right in the water here.
Yeah,
I don't like
the first mom to come on a reunion show.
What?
She's like, no, y'all not gonna have me on TV looking like that. No, y'all better bring me in. Even if I get 5 minutes.
I mean, I could see if you brought in somebody who had a big piece of the show somehow.
One of the friends that reoccurred.
Yeah, but we saw her twice?
Maybe.
And so I was like, what? Oh, but then the wedding, they were like kind of zeroing on her facial expressions and whatever. But that seemed so long ago that I had to remember, like, why is this girl on here? But I don't. Maybe they just needed somebody. I don't know. Yeah. So that's all I have for Virginia and Eric, or Erica, as I call her. Sorry, Eric. Sorry.
I mean, you acting like Erica sometimes. I don't have anything else on them either. The reunion part actually was pretty slow. You know, they just kind of cover a couple things until we get to the drama-filled people, which we'll get there soon.
Well, let's just put cute and cute out the way then, because that was pretty easy. Virginia. Vincent and Brianna. Of course, they're cute. They came out looking cute. I was like, Vincent, you got hair? What's going on?
Yeah.
I guess his hairline is a little crooked. Maybe that's why he shaves. But it looked cute on him. It looked like a little poppy.
A little poppy.
So, yeah, they came out. They were just talking about how they moved into his place. It's just like he said they were going to do.
And it's a cute place, too. When they went, they showed like a little home video. I don't know what I was expecting to see, but I don't know. It was cute.
I think, didn't we see it before?
I don't remember.
It's Buckhead. It's gonna look nice. So so yeah, they moved in, and it's like, you know, sometimes it's a little tight because she be working. I think she works from home now or something. So sometimes she needs her little space or whatever. So she goes out with her friends, and you know, they're just working through Brianna not always having her way, and they do still go out together or whatever, and they do stuff. So I don't know, they just look like they were happy.
Yes, I thought the little segment they did of Vinny workout, that was so cute.
Now that was worth replay. I'm surprised they did not do that in the season.
I know.
There were so many boring low moments. They could have put that in there because that was super cute.
It was really cute, and it showed more of his personality, because so much they showed on him being so sensitive and so much. But it was like he had personality. He was fun, and I'm sure he had help from the producers to put some of that stuff together.
I was looking at the band like, who's sitting here? Vinny's boot camp. This and
the pictures have the little
I was like, what is all this? But it was so cute. I loved it, and he was just like, come on, Come on. So I'll just be out here by myself, I guess.
And then start trying to break down. It was really cute. They are so cute together. Like I said, this season's Woody and Imani. And yes, they really are.
I agree. So I think you're right. They just gave him like a sad portrayal, but I never felt like he was stiff though. I just felt like maybe he was more embarrassed, or he wanted things to go so right that any little thing that wasn't going the way how he envisioned, it was kind of tick him aback. But he never came off as stiff. They looked like they laughed and joked all the time. So I just felt like that was him. Even when I saw that video, it wasn't like far-fetched, like, wow, I didn't even think that.
That's true.
It was just good to see it. It was a good laugh.
It was a great laugh.
It was so cute. But yeah, I just love them. I love her hair. Girl.
Your hair is awesome. Yeah.
Rihanna.
Hair envy, girl.
Oh my gosh.
Those pearls.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put that in my head. I come out looking like a foosball.
I want to say something. So I have a hair appointment actually in a few weeks, and I asked for
you do?
place where I said it ain't gonna look like that. I doubt it, but we'll see.
It will. And then you don't have that much humidity. So up here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Summer is coming. It's humidity, girl. Yeah.
But yeah, I can't nowhere down there can I do anything talk about straightening and putting a curl in there. My hair will be like, you thought what? Yeah, but that was so cute. Her outfit was. I love them. They cute.
Yes. All right.
Anything else? Did it anything else?
No, not really. I think just kind of again pointing out that he was a lot of what we saw throughout the season. Was also him being embarrassed, not just being embarrassed about being, new to her and learning her, but the cameras too adds another layer of embarrassment because, the world is going to see what happened. And so that kind of made things just a little more worse in his mind. But yeah, other than that.
Oh, they did say they were looking for a house. So it looked like they're gonna start house shopping. And
she started getting baby fever. So y'all remember she was like, I'll have kids like 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the line. But she said they kept.
I figured she was gonna change her mind on that.
They kept his nephew, and she said they kind of got her baby fever. So she's pushing up her timeline.
She might as well.
Are you?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I think that'd be cute. They have some cute kids and be good parents. I hope so.
Oh, I forgot they did like a little Spanish quiz on her. Stop it. I was just like, why y'all gonna do this?
She did pretty well, like probably like 90%. I think she only missed one.
Yeah, but I guess they were just trying to do something.
Yeah, we got 2 hours. They got to fill in the space somehow, like they always do. All right, so
we're gonna talk about the ladies together, or you want to just go to?
I don't remember much.
I don't remember when they did it, but all the women kind of came together and they were just talking about going on vacation together. They went to Mexico, like everybody else did in 2020. So they went. They were on a boat. Everybody but Clara went. I'm sure she had a flight or something. And so they were just like partying on the boat, enjoying themselves. They did say that it's like a sisterhood, that they talk all the time, that, they're the only people that understand in their circle what they've been through. So I thought that was cute, that you have that support system, even though you probably have your own friends. It's still good to be like, I had this experience with this group of girls and they like each other. There's no I don't see a weird chasm anywhere in the group. They just seem like they mesh well. Go ahead.
No, totally agree. They did a flashback, and I totally forgot about when they first all met, and they were talking about like, oh, who bought lingerie or whatever. I totally forgot about Paige and that part of Paige. I did.
She was ready to be a freak for her husband.
But it's just throughout the show where she ended up at is like this kind of just sad creature that
she had a sad creature next to her.
I know, but it's just like I forgot the spunk that she had from the beginning, and I was just like, wow, I totally forgot about this page. This is the page that we were introduced to, but look what this dude on did to her to have her looking like this just desperate woman and very sad. And so
Paige and Clara changed the most to me from the original meet that we saw. I mean, we don't know them, but it just seems like they changed the most. I think everybody else kind of stayed the way how they were from the beginning. But yeah, she was ready. She said she wanted a honeymoon baby. She wanted, like, you know, everybody has like I guess lofty dreams of what they want. But yeah, she's taken the trajectory of her character on this show just was like, and it's all because of him. And we're gonna go right into that. Unless there's something else.
No, we can go right into that. Nice transition.
Listen here, Chris and Paige come out. I'm so glad he cut his hair though, because he looks 10% better.
Okay, so
a smidge. What do you say he'd be wearing his little cousin's clothes?
Pants.
It looked like them same pants came out again. And they were just discussing things, and this is his name, Matt. Goodness gracious, whatever his name is. But he was trying to ask, the host was trying to ask like hard-hitting questions. Like, okay, so when did you find out that Mercedes was pregnant? And I don't think he actually answered that question.
He did. He said it was after the wedding.
Okay.
But that's all he said.
Okay, so he said it was after the wedding, and then because they spliced it different in the commercial than what
it made it sound like he wasn't gonna answer, like he was gonna get up and just turn the table and all of that stuff.
So then they were asking him, like, okay, so why did you have to buy her a Mercedes?
Like, why you didn't get a Honda? Toyota. Something.
And he's like, Paige, how did you feel about that? And I'm like, what? I don't like when people ask dumb questions like that, because she showed you how she felt. There was a confessional right after that, how she felt about that. How would you feel if somebody did that to you? You don't need to ask this girl how she felt. I don't know how that makes sense at all. But I'm trying to think he asked one more question that was like ridiculous. So now I can't remember.
To Paige?
Oh, maybe he said, does she still have the Mercedes? And then he was like, I'm not going to answer that. I was like, I'm not going down there. Why do you need to know if this girl still has this car? Because we know the baby's gone now. So he was trying to answer these hard-hitting questions and giving Paige an opportunity to respond, but they were just dumb to me. Now, my problem with Married at First Sight or this host or the producers is what they did to Paige. They was like, oh, you haven't seen this yet, where Chris was telling Pastor Cal that he did not like her face and had the nerve to surprise her and say, what do you think about this video? I thought that was so disrespectful. I thought that was like, this is a person that came on your show, right? And you need to have some level of respect for people. Mm-hmm. You can't plan that Chris is going to be this dumb. He's not somebody that's a part of the show. He's signed on just like she did, right? You can't control what comes out of his mouth, but you can control not doing that and then trying to get a reaction from her in the moment. I don't think that was nice. I thought that was not nice.
No, I find that to be a little disrespectful as well. Like, especially since, like they said, they were taping this before it aired. I think if she had time to see it at home, process it, right, and then come on and address it, okay, it gives her time. But to, like you said, it's like, right, boom, now like, what do you think?
Right, it's like a Maury thing. Like, oh, let's reveal if this is your baby or not. I just did not like how they set that up. Like you said, if it's more of a reaction, that's a question that I would ask. You saw this on TV. How did that make you feel? Because there was no confessional. She wasn't in the room for that to happen. So, once you saw it, how do you respond to what he said? Something like that makes sense to me. Not just, boom, let me show it to you. Mm-hmm. And she's so gracious. She's just like, I'm devastated. Yeah, it hurts. She was so nice. I don't think I could even talk. If somebody was just like, I don't like your right there next to her. Right. That's so that whole setup to me was just like, y'all already set her up with this clown. That's number one. Y'all already didn't reach out to her from what we can see on TV. None of the experts reached out to her while she was going through that craziness. That's a big thing. This ain't no like regular relationship stuff. Y'all didn't reach out to her. That's number two. Then y'all are filming her through. She don't come back with her husband. She don't move in with her husband. He asked for a divorce on day 3. What day did they come back? 5, 6, or whatever. So what she's gone through this whole time, up and down and all craziness. You really gonna do this in the reunion too? Yeah. Stop it. I didn't like that. Yeah. That made me mad.
So also let's let people know that the host asked them, were they still together? The answer was no. But they did counseling after the show to actually still try to see if there was something there. And they thought about moving in. He asked them about they were going to move in, or did they briefly move in. Mm-hmm. So even after the show, he still was able to drag her back into.
I figured that was his plan the whole time. That's what it looked like.
The whole undecided part. Yes. And then let's get counseling and try to work it out.
Because he just does not want to be. It looks like he don't want to be alone. That's why he's going from
Tell me more.
He's going through 2 engagements. Mm-hmm. Then this long-term, that was an engagement. So 2 engagements, a marriage, and then he was teeter-tottering between the last girl and Paige. And now with the last girl, maybe with the miscarriage, maybe she really didn't have nothing to do with him. Maybe she was just like, even if they were trying to work it out for the baby's sake, that was going to be something maybe they would try. But then maybe she was just like, no, fool, get out of my face. So he was trying to buy her back at the car and this and that. Down there's no baby. So crap. Okay, let me see what Paige is
Paige, yeah. Because
she is a good woman. And he is like we would be a power couple.
She was always a good woman. She was always everything. You chose not to be there for her and to give it a real shot. That she didn't change. None of that changed.
Yeah. And he was just saying, and I hate this because even the host said this, Chris, you got all the right words to say everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, that's how I felt. Every time you say something, I was immature. I'm this, I'm that.
Oh my gosh, I laughed at that. He was like, Christopher Williams II doesn't deserve it. He's immature. He's immature.
I could not. I'm like, are you like? I can't imagine that he really feels like he comes off as sincere. Like he just seems like just a parody of somebody who's actually trying to do something.
I am more and more convinced that all of this is just for show.
Yes.
Part of it, yes, about the loneliness and wanting to have somebody, but at the same time, it's TV, exposure. Because I'm leading now to they invited Pastor Dwight to come out and address some questions and talk to them. And did you see the headline? He had that.
He did
it looked good, right?
It looked like a hairline.
Yes.
I was like,
he's a nice looking man.
I just hate how they dress alike with this little pin thing. Stop it.
I was like, they got the same tailor.
Yes.
Like they
no
were
socks wearing just funky feet.
So with Pastor Dwight there, Chris, like they don't have no relationship no more. And they saw each other previously, not just spiritual advisor, advisee, but like they were brothers and all of that. So Chris is like, it was disrespectful for him to contact his wife and talk to his wife without talking to him. Sir, you weren't even talking to your wife. So you don't told her you want a divorce. So what's the problem?
Okay, so in a normal sense, like let's say everything was all good. Would it be an issue if Pastor Dwight did actually meet up with Paige and tell her details about his past relationships? Could that be seen as disrespectful or intrusive?
If they were in a good place?
Yeah, like if they were fine. or if they had something minor going on, not this craziness, but let's say they had something minor going on and Pastor Dwight kind of inserted himself in their relationship.
So I feel like there's a lot of variables there and it a lot of depends. So I feel like if things were going relatively smooth, like they were actually together and everything, being that that was his spiritual advice, I guess that's different from a pastor. I don't know.
Just move on.
But if if it was somebody that was spiritual, being that they both said that they were very religious and stuff.
Like if it was her pastor too. That's different, but that's not what this situation is.
Right. So I can see that
but he did marry them. So they do have a relationship now. It's not just like this random person.
Right.
That he was a part of their wedding. So I'm changing my mind as I talk. But I feel like it was a bit intrusive, and I understand, I can't believe it. I understand where Chris is coming from to a degree.
To a degree.
I don't think it's a cause for World War 15, but I understand how it could be a little disrespectful that you had a secret meeting with a person that I'm married to. But my problem with Chris is you were divorcing her and you told
that to
them
me is
that,
the biggest difference.
Yeah.
If they were still together, then I could say yes. He should have been like, okay, unless it's just something like she was like, listen, I got something I need to talk to someone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it really is a private.
He reached out to her.
Right. And so that I can see, yes, that's a little like, okay, you might be stepping out the boundaries here. Mm-hmm. But Chris had already done said he wanted a divorce. He was already back with trying to get back with homegirl. So to me, no, that's not overreaching at that point. And sharing the engagements, I don't know. I feel like that probably would have came out anyways. And I think it helped give maybe some understanding about who he is and help her to see that, oh, okay, he's not really over this ex-fiance. And he has a history now of getting like kind of, I won't say going woman to woman, but engaged, married. Yeah. We don't skip the engagement on this. Engagements didn't work out. So now we just don't go straight to get married.
They figured me out. So still have to work.
Can't give them the time. Yeah.
Yeah. But see, I mentioned last time about Pastor Cal and how I felt like their relationship was better because Pastor Cal knew how to deal with him. He told him, he's like, listen, I'll listen to Pastor Cal. I'm not listening to you. And he yelled at him when he was saying that. I was like, I know, because Pastor Cal has a way to kind of tell you the truth, but also back off a little bit. Because you can see when somebody's about to go off the rails. Pastor Dwight is like, oh, you don't like correction. He want to get hype with them. Yeah. And he don't realize you can't counsel somebody that's already like gone. You got to either reel them back in, or you got to just be like, okay, you're not listening. You're not ready to receive any communication from me. Like, how can you can't force somebody to be like, this is what you need to do, especially him. So
true. Now he definitely called him out and he was correct and saying he don't like to be corrected. Yeah. But to your point, yes, he kind of kept pushing and pushing where Pastor Cal would have been like, okay, I see you rising. I can see your temperature. And you can start seeing the kind of the body language shifting that he's about to explode. And sure enough, dude explodes, start cursing everybody out. You want to meet me? Meet me outside. How about that?
And I'm just like, and then Pastor Dwight is going back and forth with him. What benefit? First of all, you have a woman.
I was just about to say that.
I hate Chris don't understand what that actually means. But if you are saying, I'm not a part of this, I'm not the one that's getting heated, then you don't recognize that Paige may be in danger between him, all of like getting riled up like this, just back off and be like, okay, I understand we're not friends anymore. I understand that you don't respect where I'm coming from, and just leave it like that. You can't argue somebody down to listen to you, and you see what he's doing. He getting all wait. She's just like, huh?
I hate that she's always put in that position. Like, first of all, she chooses to go follow after him. Yes, she chooses, because I would have just. I think we talked about that.
She didn't follow him this time.
She still got up and was still kind of like,
she walked away, but she should have walked away. That's what she should have.
She got up and walked. Yeah,
she should have been like, oh, all right.
Church finger.
Right. not gonna sit here unless it makes sense of what they're arguing about.
Like, it had nothing to do with her at that point. It was
I'll be back. Y'all call me. I'm on 5-minute break. I can go to my green room. Child, please. No, I'm not sitting there for that at all. It's ridiculous. We argue about nothing.
So that's where we left off. This was part 1. So we have next week part 2, where it'll pick up right back up.
I'm sure
here. So more drama to come, and then like we said, they usually bring. Oh, we have one more couple, Haley and Jacob. They do their recap,
and then all everybody. They come together. All the couples will be there talking about
the experience, and all of that. So we always end with the drama-filled people, but that's what makes it exciting. Listen, Married at First Sight, they were doing something this season to know how to keep our attention.
Yeah.
And Chris was just like, "Oh, bet I can help y'all do that." I will make it interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you. I got you.
So thanks for watching and joining us on this recap of part 1 of the reunion for Married at First Sight. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscription button, like and share, and join us next week when we recap part 2 of the reunion special. So before we leave, like always, we want to remind you to do what?
Protect your throne.
Bye.